Thanks, Madam Chair. Members of the committee, thanks for having me. Part of the issue with this is that there's a gap in the law. This dates all the way back to the National Firearms Act of 1934, where, for whatever reason, the ATF has found that the trigger housing, the trigger mechanism, is not covered under the law that prohibits the possession of a fully automatic weapon, of a machine gun. And this has lingered on through the various laws. And so as it stands today, as we all know, things like bump stocks, binary trigger, which allows you to fire a weapon when you depress the trigger and then again when you release the trigger, trigger cranks, which are actually a cranking device that allows you to shoot a semi-automatic weapon like full automatic. This fills that gap, and it bans all of these devices that in one way or another manipulate a trigger that allows rapid fire approaching the rate of fire of an automatic weapon. If you look on YouTube, it's loaded with examples of all of these devices, and the rate of fire goes up almost to 700 rounds a minute, which is pretty close to what a military M16 or M4 shoots at. These are, in fact, machine guns once these devices are either attached or incorporated into what otherwise is a semi-automatic weapon. This bill, of course, does not apply to the police, and it's not construed to prohibit use of a replacement trigger. I mean, it's quite normal for anyone who owns a gun to manipulate the trigger pressure in the course of being able to shoot a semi-automatic weapon. And this bill does not prohibit that. It's simply the devices that increase the rate of fire substantially. So with that, I'm happy to take any questions you might have.
Thank you. Are there any questions or Senator Archambault?
Quick question, Senators. Have either of you thought about putting a provision in that gives a period of time for compliance? There may be a host of people out there, law-abiding, that have these devices, and if this law were to pass, would instantly become felons. Yes. Maybe they need a period of time to get in compliance. Have you thought of that?
In fact, I was speaking just to the House sponsor of this companion of my legislation, and we had that discussion today. I think that's an excellent suggestion as a would-be amendment to have something of a grace period to either turn them in or give an opportunity to dispose of them. Thank you.
Thank you.
No.
Any other questions? Senator Sevigny, I apologize.
I mean, I would be willing to entertain some relatively short window in time for this to happen. I mean, these devices are easily added to a weapon and easily removed. It takes minutes to either attach it or disassemble it.
But I think, at least for my part, I would like to give, obviously, the law-abiding public who bought them lawfully prior to, say, an enactment of legislation, an opportunity to become aware of it through education and other efforts.